I've certainly been very impressed with students this year who are working on the biodiesel project, the plant south of town at Liskey Farms. It's really an interdisciplinary activity, finds our software engineers working with renewable energy related people, working with manufacturing, marketing. All of these students are kind of interested in this project. And it certainly has received a lot of national attention. Yes, please do eat your salads while I talk. I'm going to slow that part down. Salad eating is actually a very quiet function, so it's not a problem. We've received very strong congressional support for that activity, and we think that those who are involved in agriculture, especially geothermally assisted agriculture, will find this is a wonderful project. And who wouldn't want cheaper diesel? And by the way, gasoline. I mean, come on, we're all in the business of looking for improvements in technology. And our students and faculty are really engaged in this kind of thing. Let me point out, for example, that we have our software engineering students, our renewable energy students have worked together on projects before. The Microsoft Corporation, which is a very big company, has decided to put energy and money into getting more college students engaged in improving technologies. They have something called the Imagine Cup. They call this the world's premier student technology competition. Our students have done very well. Our software students in the past, three years ago, were in the group of finalists in this competition, which included, I might add, 20 universities, of which only 6 were in the United States. So we were in the class with Carnegie Mellon and Stanford, and there were a lot of very, very good schools that didn't make it to the finals in that. But one of the kind of disturbing aspects of this is, of those 20, something like 12 were from China. We have a very serious challenge occurring in the world, and that is that the Chinese are working very hard to improve their technology and become much more competitive. And that's the challenge we have at OIT, to really build the strength, continue to build on the excellence we've had in the past to produce students who are ready for the international marketplace and are better and better prepared than those who are coming from other parts of the world. The particular theme of this year's Imagine Cup in particular is imagine a world where technology enables a sustainable environment. Okay? I want to point out that this sustainability and renewable energy it has been a strength of OIT for 30 years. And it's also, I mean, we've had the GeoHeat Center here for 30 years. We've had the Oregon Renewable Energy Center here for 6 or 7 years. The Oregon University system recognizes this as a competitive advantage for the Oregon University system. The whole issue broadly is sustainability and the impact on the world marketplace, and in particular, a competitive advantage for Oregon and its businesses. So it's really a very big, important theme in everything we do in the state of Oregon. And I'm so pleased to be able to report that OIT has a leadership position because of our strong work in renewable energy in the Klamath Basin and all the good things that are happening here. And it's an exciting time for us. I hope you all saw that a New York Times article published on, I think it was March 26th, that featured OIT's Renewable Energy Systems degree program. When you think about it, how often do you have a chance for the New York Times to take a look at a little school in Oregon and tell the world, they think of themselves as the world's newspaper, by the way, tell the world that there are wonderful things happening in Oregon? Well, that article was really based on the wisdom of the faculty in the electronics engineering department, the mechanical engineering technology department, 5 or 6 years ago, when they began to think, we can build on this excellence we have in geothermal energy, in this creation of the new Oregon Renewable Energy Center. We can create curricula, and we can begin to educate the world about renewable energy. So that's what we're doing. We've got this very active renewable energy program. We decided, by the way, that we wanted big impact in Oregon, so we first offered it in Portland. You know, sadly, that's where most of the people are, but we are offering it here as well. But we have lots of students in it, and we think it's going to have a big impact. So, great things are happening at OIT. And you might, in fact, know that, that this is all through a lot of hard work by our faculty, our students, and what was built is built on the foundation of the excellence that OIT has had for decades. Our students do the best in the Oregon University system, and I know this is very hard for graduates of Oregon State or the University of Oregon to swallow, but our students have the best starting salaries, they have the highest success in terms of their career opportunities, they have, as you all know, more individualized relationships with faculty because of the hands-on learning environment we have. And you know, let's not forget we have an enormous number of very, very wonderful student athletes. You know, our two-time national championship Hustling Owl men's basketball team. And I just have to say something about that. We're now the only basketball program in Oregon that has won 2 national championships. Quite a milestone to have. And soon to join you as an alumnus in June is Ryan Feige, an exemplary student athlete. He was the tournament MVP. He basically led his team to the national title. He was named the NAIA Basketball Player of the Year, which is unbelievable. He's an All-American, but more important to me, he's an academic All-American. You know, he had a GPA of about 3.9. He's getting a degree in management. He's someone who joins your ranks and will be a wonderful, wonderful representative of OIT into the future. But I do want to just remember, you'll hear a couple of comments about the enormous success of our athletics. OIT is full of student athletes who are really focused on their academic programs but love athletics and the competition and the spirit that's there as well. And you'll hear from Mike Schell, our director of athletics, in a bit. But I just want to say, the success of a team like the men's basketball program is really a reflection of the quality of the coaching and the quality of the students. And Coach Danny Miles is really the best. There's no doubt. He's in the top 10 nationally in wins. He was just named NAIA Coach of the Year. I mean, let's hear it for Danny Miles. So this is really my opportunity to welcome you and to say that you know, it's wonderful to have you here. The one thing we do know is that that we all go out and invent our own possibilities, our own future, if you will. And while I'm an academic, a non-traditional textbook that we've gotten some thoughts out of is The Art of Possibility. And the core thesis of that particular book, written jointly by a husband-wife team, one of whom, of course, is the conductor of the Boston Symphony, and the other is a management specialist, is that lives are fulfilling and happy when you really make a contribution that's larger than yourself and your own self-interest, and you embrace the thought that anything you can think of, you can accomplish if you put the effort into it and you work toward that goal. So the Art of Possibility encourages us to lead from wherever we may be positioned and not to take ourselves too seriously. I feel very fortunate to be here representing OIT, and it's a wonderful institution to serve. Life experience really is about working with others, and it's about we rather than me. So we really have to have that mindset as we go forward. And I have to say, it's a perfect analogy for OIT. Students come here as strangers and typically leave as members of the family. Everyone in the room has looked beyond themselves and asked what they can contribute to the university while they're here. And I really appreciate and thank you for that mindset.